Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Vista Productions. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, baseball fans. It's a beautiful day here in the land of the view. You're currently watching Vista production of our April 19th Mission Valley League Showdown, featuring the visiting South El Monte Eagles versus your host, Mountain View Mighty Vikings. That is a swing and a miss. Currently batting for the Eagles is their number 4 hitter, Mr. Leon. Ball is hit to the second baseman. Easy play. It's a fielder's choice. Leon is retired. However, he did move the runners to second and third. We are in the top of the first inning, which began ominously for the Vikings. Game started with 2 hit by pitches, the leadoff hitter and the number 2 hitter, which they currently stand on second and third base. But there is 2 outs in the inning. Pitching for the Vikings is number 10, Marco Aguilar, Viking ace. That ball is nicely placed at the outside corner. The hitter finds himself in trouble now. So it would be a huge boost of momentum if Aguilar can retire Medina. That's fouled back. Medina hangs tough. There's a little bit of nervous energy here in Vikings baseball field. Crucial moment here early in this ball game. Runners in scoring position. And there's 2 outs and 2 strikes. Who will win this battle? That ball is way up high. This is a grit moment here for Medina and Aguilar, going head to head on this encounter. Medina hanging tough on an off-speed pitch. What will Coach Lopez call next? Coach Lopez is a master at setting up the hitters. Great play caller. Aguilar shakes off the call. We'll see what he goes with here. And the pitch, that's outside. It's a great battle going on here with Medina hanging tough for the Eagles. Can Aguilar retire the side here without any damage being inflicted? That's a curveball. Medina hangs tough, stays balanced, fouls it off. Epic battle. No doubt both teams understand the magnitude of this second round Mission Valley League game as far as playoff implications is concerned. As in foul territory, Acosta is under it, And the side is retired. Huge sequence of events that just occurred. Aguilar hung tough. The hitter was tough as well, but on that first encounter, Aguilar wins the battle. And the Vikings retire the Eagles without surrendering a run. A pitcher definitely showed some major grit to get out of that inning. Coach Lopez is fired up now. He had mentioned earlier in the day that his goal was to get through the first inning without surrendering a run, which at this point has already been clinched. Can the Vikings strike first? Can the Vikings strike hard? And the score is 0-0, bottom of the first inning. Got a lot of great action going on here on the campus of Mountain View High School in El Monte, California. It's a great backdrop of the 605 freeway. Nike Hill, Rio Hondo College, right behind the outfield fence. Got the beautiful new Bobby Salcedo Student Union cafeteria that we just debuted a couple weeks ago. We got the Lady Eagles and the Lady Vikings varsity softball action going on behind us. If you're around, come down, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy some beautiful sunshine, some vitamin D. And here we go. Leading off for the Vikings is the pitcher, Marco El Buquis Aguilar. And that's lined to center field. Nice catch. Oh, wait. Was that caught? Oh, he is ruled safe. The center fielder apparently had made a nice play, but couldn't hold on to the ball long enough for it to have been determined a catch. That's a nice break for the Vikings. Aguilar made outstanding contact. Line drive to center. That's a center fielder, Morales. The South El Monte coaches asked for assistance, for help. The umpires are discussing it, but I would like to think the call is going to stand, or else you're going to see Coach Lopez go berserk right before your very eyes. And the call? The call stands. Aguilar does his job as the leadoff man, finds himself on first base. All right, here we go. Batting for the Vikings is number 4, the right fielder, Alex Moreno. Alex Moreno has been a great addition to the Vikings baseball squad. Only a freshman, but has shown a lot of mental toughness, a lot of maturity playing the varsity level. For baseball as a freshman, which indicates you definitely have to be adequately skilled. That ball is high. No doubt Moreno presents the pitcher. The strike zone gets condensed based on his height. Shows butt. Aguilar takes second base safely. Coach Randy Hernandez is indicating, don't be fooled, the shortstop has the ball. Great opportunity for the Vikings to get on the board as leadoff man is now at second base. There's a pick play. He's safe. Nice play there, but didn't fool Aguilar to the fullest extent. You could tell that play was no doubt rehearsed on the Eagles' part, but to no avail. Nice curveball. Dropped in by pitcher. That's pitcher number 9, Christian Ortega, who is listed as a sophomore. It's a bunt attempt, unsuccessful. So the score is 0-0. There is no one out. In this situation, batter Alex Moreno's job is to move the runner over ideally to third base. If he's able to accomplish that, he would have done his job as a number 2 hitter. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 3. So Moreno is retired. That brings up to bat for the Vikings shortstop sensation, number 24, Oscar Olvera. The Vikings can greatly benefit from career day from Oscar Olvera, who is one of the Vikings' top performers. Does a great job at shortstop. Can he come through in this encounter here at the plate? Curveball, foul. So Christian Ortega offering a heavy dose of off speed. Got a nice curveball there. The Vikings have to come up with a hitting plan or else they're going to be off guard, off balance all day long. That ball is high. So number 24, Oscar Olvera, is the number 3 hitter. Usually that is the better hitter in the lineup is either put in the 3rd spot or the 4th spot. Curveball, and it's fouled off. Looks like we might have another great battle going here between hurler and hitter. But every time the hitter induces a foul ball, that puts extra stress on the pitcher. It becomes a game of attrition. That's Aguilar on second base. There is 1 out. Olvera at the plate. Oh, that ball is thrown in, up and in. Try to sneak in a fastball, came in quick. Not sure if Olvera was ready for that, but he's still in the at-bat here. Vikings again hoping that Olvera can ignite the fire here. It's a pick attempt at second, but there is no throw. Olvera looking to galvanize his Viking teammates. Another foul ball hit to the construction site. We're definitely looking forward to the new Viking Stadium that will soon be debuted. That's a curveball. Wow. That's off the plate. This is another great battle going on. Both teams come in. They look determined. They know the magnitude of this game. Another foul ball by Olvera. Hanging tough, just like the previous hitter, Matthew Medina. For South El Monte, hung in tough as well. This appears to be an evenly matched contest between the Eagles and the Vikings, who are vying for that playoff position, that fourth playoff position. Here's the pitch. Curveball. And Olvera draws a walk, and Aguilar steals third base. Great heads-up play by the base runner, Marco Aguilar. And Olvera earns himself a tough base on ball. Fouled off numerous pitches. Definitely caused strain on the pitcher's arm on that encounter. Might have been an 8 to 10 pitch at bat for those of you who are keeping track. So time is called. As I mentioned earlier, the magnitude of this game, I cannot stress high enough how important this game is for both squads. To my understanding, the winner of the round 2 Mission Valley League contest is awarded the tiebreaker in the event that both of these teams finish tied. The team who wins the second game gets the tiebreaker. So there's Coach Angel Lopez, Coach Randy Hernandez, former coach-player tandem, and now they're coach, head coach, and assistant coach. Great to have Randy Hernandez home here at his alma mater. All right. Here we go, guys. We got some good action early. Runner on first and third. Strategy is definitely in play here. South El Monte coach called a timeout to discuss the potential scenarios, as did Angel Lopez. Will Oscar Olvera be looking to steal second base? I'm sure at some point Coach Lopez is going to send them and put the pressure on the Eagles defense to decide whether they're going to throw down to second and get an out, but that puts them in jeopardy of possibly allowing Aguilar to score from third. That's a pickoff attempt at first. So the Eagles definitely are looking to keep Olvera right where he is at first base. In this situation, Acosta can hit if he hits a fly ball deep enough with one out, Vikings can get a run with the with the runner at third tagging up. So good opportunity here for the batter, first baseman Jaime Acosta, who is one of the seniors on the Vikings roster who will be celebrated, honored here today and senior night. Today is senior night for the Mountain View High School Lady Vike softball and varsity baseball. Pitcher's throwing a lot of pitches to first base to try to keep Olvera from taking a big lead, but once again, it's causing a lot of strain. So that ball's not hit deep enough. It's hit to the second baseman. And now Acosta is retired. So, very similar situation. We have a deja vu of the first inning with runner on first and third as opposed to second and third. But that brings up to the plate Ian Mireles, who has been clutch on many previous occasions. Can he come up clutch here? Mireles is in left field today. He has served as the Vikings catcher this year and now has been moved to left field or outfield with the emergence of Lionel Nava, who's now behind the plate. That's a curveball, and it's in there, nicely located for a strike. So pitcher Christian Ortega has a lot of confidence in a curveball. He is not afraid to throw it in there on early fastball counts. There's another curveball, but that one's a little high. All right, Mireles, one of the heavy hitters for the Vikings, has a great opportunity here. Ooh, that ball is way up and in. That one got away from Ortega. Hitter encounter. Can the Vikings get on the board? There's a curveball. Hit to the shortstop. He bobbles it, throws it first, and retires aside. So just as the Eagles failed to score in the top of the first, although they threatened, the Vikings returned the favor and failed to score in the bottom of the first inning. So that brings us to where we started. Eagles 0, Vikings 0, as we head to the top of the second inning. All right, baseball fans. We now begin the top of the second inning. That ball is way in the dirt. Not a good first pitch. I don't know if that ball slipped out of Aguilar's hand or if it was just a lack of focus. One and oh's the count. Swing and a foul back. The Vista Academy and Mountain View High School would like to thank those who are tuned in. If you're out there, we appreciate you. We appreciate your viewership. That ball is hit into foul territory. Acosta's attempting to chase after it, but it's way out of play. That ball is hit into left center field. But the left fielder is there to retire Xavier Cordova, sophomore. That brings up to bat for the South El Monte Eagles, number 3, Andrew Medina. A lot of youth on the South El Monte Eagles squad. That's not good news for the rest of the Mission Valley League. It's a bright future there. So many underclassmen. That ball's low, nicely blocked by Leonel Nava. Ball swung and foul back. So we got 1 out here in the top of the 2nd inning. The wind is starting to pick up here from the Santa Ana winds. That little late afternoon wind has proven from time to time to cause problems, especially for outfielders. That ball is hit. It looks like it's going to drop for a hit. Nice attempt by Oscar Olvera, the shortstop. Nonetheless, the Eagles base runner, believe that's a shortstop, Andrew Medina, earns his way on. So that brings up to bat number 13, the center fielder, Jacob Morales. Runner on first, 1 out. No doubt the Eagles are going to be looking to take second base. That's a good big lead there. Runners going, but there will not be a throw. So that has been the Achilles heel for the Vikings all season long. They've had great difficulty behind the plate and also keeping runners from advancing via the steal. That's a swing and a miss. I'm not sure if I don't think he called it a foul ball, which runner had a momentary lapse of judgment there. Would have made it easily to third base. Third base coach for South El Monte, Michael Gonzalez, was a little frustrated there. That's Jacob Morales, the hitter. Marco Aguilar, the pitcher. Second inning, 1 out, runner on second. Runners steal, but the bunt is foul, so the runner will have to go back to second base. Eagles attempting to get on the board early. That will put pressure on the Vikings. Runners not. And it's in there for strike 3. Snuck a curveball from 12 to 6. Hitter Jacob Morales was not expecting that. Marco Aguilar threw that curveball with lots of confidence, and there's a foul ball that trickles on from the softball field behind us. There's a runner on second now, and there's 2 outs. So runner steals third base, but in this particular situation, with 2 outs, a fly ball would not cost the Vikings a run. So we're here in the top of the second inning, and the score is still 0-0. The batter is pitcher Christian Ortega. Can he help his own cause somehow, some way? Uh-oh, there's a pass ball there, but since the backstop behind home plate is not very deep, many times, unless that runner on third gets a good jump on the ball, it's definitely a risk without that much territory behind home plate. Oh, that is close. Just missed outside. That's a costly walk. It's a costly walk for the Vikings, considering that was the number 9 hitter for the Eagles. So that brings us up to bat the DH number 10, D'Angelo Huerta. We find ourselves again with the Eagles threatening. Nice block there by catcher Lionel Nava. Runner Ortega takes second base, so we find ourselves in the exact same situation as we did in the top of the inning, with South El Monte threatening. Another big moment early here in this crucial ball game. That ball is low. Aguilar finds himself behind the count here. Definitely a hitter's count. That ball misses for ball 3. Coach Lopez, no doubt, will be calling time, and sure enough he does, to talk to his pitcher early. Every pitch counts. Every run counts. And baseball is most definitely a game of inches. A ball can turn on a flip of a switch very quickly. So this could be another turning point in this ball game. There's definitely a lot of emotional value to this current encounter. Again, if the Vikings can get out of this inning, they'll have a boost of confidence and enthusiasm. And if the Eagles can score here, the same will apply. And here we go. And that's low for ball 4, but the count was already 3-0. So that one may not be as hurtful. So now the bases are loaded. We of the second, but Aguilar starts with a fresh count here. So the count is 0-0 with hitter Armando Huizar. That ball apparently just missed low and outside. It looked good from my angle, but the umpire has a better angle. That ball is low, so we have a very precarious situation here. The count is 2-0, and a walk will be most damaging for the Vikings' cause. A walk will equal a run on this occasion, and that would bring up the number three hitter next. That's in there for Coach Michael Gonzalez gave the hitter the take sign, but now it's 2-1. That ball is low. 3-1 is the count. High drama here on the campus of Mountain View High School. Can Marco show the same grit he showed in the first inning? Must throw a strike here. And that ball is hit to the shortstop. Oh, and it gets through. There's going to be a play at the plate, apparently, but it's off target. And that is a very, very clutch hit. South Omani strikes first. That's Armando Huizar, the left fielder. It's a 2 RBI hit for Mr. Huizar. And still a very, very ominous situation for the Vikings. There's 2 outs, but the number 3 hitter is up for the Eagles. That's Gabriel Rincon, the hitter. So 2 runs are already on the board for, and Coach Lopez elects to put the runner automatically on first base. I'd have to agree with that call because that makes it a forced play at every bag in this situation. Although the number 4 hitter is now up for the Eagles. Swing and a miss. Oh. So Aguilar finally gets ahead in the count, which is a major advantage for the pitcher. Vikings looking to get out of this jam that they find themselves in. That ball is... That is a bases clearing triple for Ryan Leon. That is very damaging triple. Nice clutch hit for Ryan Leon. The Vikings now find themselves down in an instant, 5-0. That's gonna be quite an uphill battle for the host Vikings. Definitely a high dose of adversity. So Aguilar and the Vikings are battling to end the torture in this very, very damaging top of the second inning in favor of the Eagles. The ball's hit to second baseman, and the ball's bobbled, and that might, no. They get the runner out at first, but the damage has been done. Can the Vikings regather themselves and get themselves back in this ball game that they find themselves behind the 8-ball early in the game? The Saldamani Eagles are definitely feeling good about themselves. If you have just tuned in, we'd like to welcome you to this broadcast of senior night here at Mountain View High School for the Vikings baseball squad. It's been interesting action early in this ball game. We're about to begin the bottom of the second inning. Still plenty of ball game left, but down 5-0. It's quite the uphill battle that the Vikings find themselves in. All right, baseball fans. Action resumes here. It's a nice off-speed pitch. Batting is the DH, number 7, junior Diego Gonzalez. Swing and a miss. So Christian Ortega, the pitcher for South Amani, his confidence is growing by the minute. Gonzalez lays off that ball in the dirt, but I'm sure that's where Ortega intended that pitch to be, to see if Mr. Gonzalez could chase it. He held up on that pitch. It's a fastball up and in, nicely placed, but Diego showed some discipline there to lay off of that. And that's a swing and a miss for strike 3. Not a very good sequence there for Diego and the Vikings. 1 out now. Brings up to bat Paul Martinez Jr. Ball is hit back to the pitcher. And that is the second out of the inning. So the Eagles retire the first 2 hitters of the inning, whereas in the previous, or the top of the 2nd inning, the Eagles managed to score 5 runs. Batting now for the Vikings is center fielder Juan Linares. Linares finds himself down 0-1 in the count. That's a curveball in there for strike 2. Pitcher Ortega is feeling it now. He's got a little pep to his step, especially with a 5-run lead. That ball is hit. Ortega helps his own cause again and retires the side for the Vikings. So the Vikings are not able to shave off any of the deficit they currently find themselves in. Batting for the Eagles leading off, number 12, Xavier Cordova. That ball just missed outside. Good eye for hitter Cordova. Nice swing. Good attempt by shortstop Olvera. Nice line drive by Cordova. Gets on base successfully. Immediately puts the pressure right back on the Viking defense. Batting now is number 3, Andrew Medina. Close play at second, but throw doesn't get there in time. Cordova steals second base. So the Eagles are very active on the base paths. Puts a lot of pressure on the Vikings. And sacrifice bunt. The Vikings throw the hitter out, but Andrew Medina does his job, sacrifice bunt, which his job in that situation is to get the runner over to third base. So Aguilar, first pitch strike. Hasn't really been getting ahead of the hitters. He did on that occasion. That brings up to bat number 13, Jacob Morales. Squeeze attempt. It's a great execution there. That was a push bunt. Suicide push bunt, I may add. That was successfully executed by the Eagles. The Eagles will gladly exchange an out there for a run. That brings the score to 6-0 in favor of the Eagles. 2 outs. Ball is hit to center field. And the ball is caught by center fielder Juan Linares. However, the Eagles do add another run. They expand their lead now. 6 runs. The score is now, as we enter the bottom of the 3rd inning, Eagles 6, Vikings 0. So, entering today's ball game, the Mission Valley League varsity baseball standings are as follows. Marshall currently stands at 9-0, has a firm stranglehold on that lead for the Mission Valley League Championship. The next team beneath them is Arroyo, who is 6-3, already has 3 losses. So that's going to be, with exception to a major meltdown on Marshall's part, it looks like they're well on their way to a Mission Valley League championship. Arroyo stands at 6-3. Gabrielino at 5-3. That is going to be a battle for 2nd place where it currently stands. South El Monte enters today's ball game at 4-4, and Mountain View at 4-5. The El Monte Lions stand at 1-7, and the Rosemead Panthers stand at 1-8. That ball misses. So batting for the Vikings is 2nd baseman Juan Oliva. Curveball for a strike. Christian Ortega, Eagles pitcher, has command of his pitches going early. And with a 6-run lead, he's very comfortable at this point. Oh, but he misses excessively on that offering. Offers a fastball right into the ribs of Mr. Juan Oliva. That's a free base on, well, hit by pitch. But the Vikings have their leadoff hitter on here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. As I said, baseball fans, still a lot of ball game left, but a very sizable lead that the Eagles are currently holding on to. That ball misses. So, as I just mentioned earlier, pitcher Christian Ortega had command of his pitches, and as soon as I said that, he hits Oliva, and now he throws a wild pitch. And the Vikings have their leadoff hitter, who has been their best hitter all year long, pitcher number 10, Marco Aguilar. It's an aggressive swing right there, but it's swing and a miss. So this is an ideal situation for the Vikings offense. Have a runner on second. And that curveball misses. So Marco looking determined to see if he can help his own cause. That ball misses high, and that's ball 4. So that's 2 free bases offered by pitcher Christian Ortega. So Lopez looks to be giving the signs to his defense. Ideally here, very likely called for a bunt attempt. We'll find out soon. But it's an ideal situation that calls for a bunt here with their second hitter. There he is. There's the bunt, and he lays it down effectively. Pitcher bobbles it, but recovers. However, freshman sensation Alex Moreno does the job, gets the job done. So now the Vikings are threatening to get on the board with shortstop sensation Oscar Olvera batting. Head coach Angel Lopez urging his student athletes, his ball players, to pick up on the energy. And that ball is hit to left. That's going to drop for a hit, and it gets past the left fielder. 1 run scores, 2 run scores, and the Vikings get on the board. Oscar Olvera fired up. Nice attempt by the left fielder, Armando Huizar. So just when the game seemed like it could have been out of reach for the Vikings, they get themselves back in the game. It's the 3rd inning, and the score is now 6-2 in favor of the Eagles. But there's only 1 out, and Olvera is the base runner at second base. And that ball's hit to second baseman. Acosta moves the runner over to third. So that is an opportunity now. If Ian Mireles could come through with a hit, could cut the lead in half, which was 6-0, and could be cut to 6-3. Nice block by catcher. Wild swing by Mireles. That ball was way out of his zone. So he's a little anxious here. Could feel the opportunity here. Could really put the Vikings in a real feel-good state for getting back in this game. Terrible, terrible swing there on Mireles' part. He looks frustrated. So now he has to be on the defensive here. What will Ortega throw? A fastball. Mr. Mireles fouls it off. Can the Vikings add to their score here? They already have 2. And that is strike 3. The side is now retired, but the Vikings do get on the board. Get themselves back in the game. And at the conclusion of the 3rd inning, the score is South Omani Eagles 6, Mountain View Vikings 2. So for those of you who are tuned in, we thank you for your viewership. It's a beautiful day here on the campus of Mountain View High School. And we now enter the top of the 4th inning, and as you can see, the score is 6-2. So that's leadoff hitter D'Angelo Huerta. D'Angelo. That's a swing and a miss. D'Angelo finds himself down in the count. Angel Lopez showing confidence in his senior hurler, Marco Aguilar, sticking with him as we are now in the 4th inning. D'Angelo calls for time. Can Marco retire the all-important leadoff man? That ball is low. Good eye by the hitter. Marco finds himself up in the count. Will Lopez call a curveball here? He does, and it misses. So the count is 2-2. Nobody out, nobody on here in the top of the 4th inning. That's a swing and fouled back. And the count remains 2-2. That ball's hit to the shortstop, Olvera. Nicely fielded. Nice dig there by senior first baseman. That's first baseman Jaime Acosta digging out that ball in the dirt. And the leadoff man is retired. It's a first pitch strike for pitcher Marco Aguilar. That's hitter number 7, Armando Huizar, up to bat for the Eagles. That ball's fouled. Right back directly between my eyes. Fortunately, I am paying attention. Didn't hit me right between the forehead. But now Armando Huizar finds himself down in the count. Curveball misses, was not caught by the catcher Leonel Nava. Aguilar still way up in the count here. Pitcher's advantage. That ball is hit to center field. It looks like Vikings do have someone there. And the ball is caught. That's center fielder Juan Linares with the catch. So after a long inning, long top of the third inning for the Vikings, they retire the first 2 hitters in the top of the 4th. Can they retire the side 1, 2, 3? It's aggressive swing there by number 23 of the Eagles, Gabriel Rincon. Finds himself down 0-1 is the count. Curveball for a strike. Nicely placed. So it looks like pitcher Marco Aguilar has caught his second wind. In there! Swing and a miss for strike 3. Marco looked like he threw that last pitch with a little extra fury. But the Vikings do have a little more energy to their step. Feel that they are not out of this ball game. Eagles still sticking with number 9, sophomore pitcher Christian Ortega to start the bottom of the 4th inning. All right, baseball fans. Leading off for the Vikings in the bottom of the 4th inning is the DH, number 7, Diego Gonzalez. So plenty of opportunity for the Vikings to cut into the lead. The Vikings still have 12 outs to work with, but it's imperative that they find a way to get a run or two more in to get closer to recover from that early 6-0 deficit. It's a swing and a foul back. Curveball, and Diego Gonzalez is fooled badly on that. The leadoff man is retired for the Vikings. That brings up to bat number 8. Sophomore sensation, Josh Martinez Jr. That's a strike called on that first pitch. Up and in, nicely placed. There's that curveball again. Martinez Jr. finds himself quickly down 0-2. It's a fastball that is popped up right back to the pitcher. And just like that, the Eagles retire the first 2 hitters of this inning. Batting for the Vikings is the center fielder, number 27, Juan Linares. Ball misses up high. 1-0 is the count. That ball's in there, right down the pipe for strike 1. 1-1 is the count. That ball is hit right to the center fielder. It looks like he's under it, and he is. And the side is retired. That concludes the 4th inning. So we are beyond the halfway point of this ball game now. So leading off for the Eagles in the top of the 5th inning is number 4 hitter, Ryan Leon, who had a bases clearing triple in the 2nd inning. That ball misses. 1-0 is the count. Swing and a miss. Hitter Ryan Leon, timing was off on that swing. But baseball is a game of adjustments from pitch to pitch. That's a curveball hit to the shortstop. Olvera successfully fields it and throws out the leadoff hitter for the Vikings, for the Eagles, excuse me. So that brings up to bat for the Eagles, number 15, Matthew Medina. First pitch swing and a pop-up right to Olvera. That's 2 outs on a 2-pitch sequence there. Just what the doctor ordered for Marco Aguilar and the Vikings. Batting for the Eagles is number 12, Xavier Cordova. In there, first pitch strike. I'm sure Coach Michael Gonzalez called for the take sign there, considering that 2 outs were recorded on 2 consecutive pitches. Curveball. That's a swing and a foul. So Marco finds himself 1 strike away from retiring the side in less than 10 pitches. So will Coach Lopez call for a curveball here or a fastball? Off-speed pitch, fouled towards the softball field. Cordova finds himself down in the count. Curveball misses high. Ball misses low and outside. So now the count is 2-2. That's a swing and a foul. Might have hit the umpire, but he looks like he just shook it off. Two and two is the count to Cordova. That ball misses way out of the zone. So Marco quickly got himself ahead in the count 0-2 and now finds himself in a full count. He was 1 strike away from getting out of this inning with ease. And that ball is hit into center field. It's a great at-bat there for Xavier Cordova of South Almani. battled back from an 0-2 count. So the inning is extended. That brings up for the Eagles number 3, Andrew Medina. Ball misses up high. Ball 1. 1-0's the count. Swing and a foul back. Stolen base attempt there, but Cordova has to go back to first. So no doubt, Coach Michael Gonzalez is going to send the runner again to put him into scoring position. But Andrew Medina, the hitter, finds himself down in the count. It's a delayed steal attempt, but the throw is not there. So now the Eagles find themselves with a runner on scoring position. Andrew Medina, the hitter. It's a swing and a foul back. Cordova attempting to steal third base on that. Curveball in there for strike 3. And the side is retired. Nice pitch. Marco Aguilar drops in a curveball there. So entering the bottom of the 5th inning. The score remains South El Monte Eagles 6, Vikings 2. So leading off for the Vikings in the bottom of the 5th inning will be the second baseman, number 5, Juan Oliva. We'd like to take this opportunity to thank the Vista Academy for this broadcast. Thank Director John Mann and his Vista crew for their dedication and sacrifice to put this game on display for you viewers out there. It's a nice treat for baseball fans, where they could catch in on this baseball action and not actually be here on the campus. Juan Oliva, the hitter now. Vikings have 9 outs to work with, down 4 runs. It's a swing and a foul ball. That's in there. Curveball for a strike. Christian Ortega has been throwing heavy dose of curveballs. I've noticed that youngster Ortega likes to throw curveballs on fastball counts, which can really throw off the hitters. Not afraid to throw it. Oh, but he lets this one get away and gets another free base for the Vikings. That one hurt, but the Vikings will take it. Pitcher Christian Ortega, a little overzealous on that offering. So the Vikings get a base runner on first with leadoff man and pitcher number 10, Marco Aguilar. And runner Oliva is picked off at first just like that. His status as a base runner is deleted with a pickoff play. Terrible turn of events there for the Vikings. Coach Angel Lopez is frustrated on that sequence. So now, that leadoff man who found his way to first base has now found his way to the dugout. And just, oh! Vikings catch a break there. Foul ball, which apparently looked to be caught by first baseman, was dropped. That's a break for the Vikings. Can they make them pay? Marco Aguilar still in the at-bat. That ball misses. Curveball in there for strike 3. Marco caught looking on a nicely placed curveball. Well, now there are 2 outs in this bottom of the 5th inning. With hitter, freshman sensation Alex Moreno, the hitter. That ball misses. Another ball misses low. And as I mentioned earlier, Moreno draws a lot of walks based on his height, creates a smaller strike zone for the pitcher. That can be quite the advantage for Moreno. That brings up to bat the number 3 hitter, Oscar Olvera, shortstop. Had a 2 RBI single that turned into a double with the diving left fielder missing on the play. Another pick attempt there. Eagles trying to catch the Vikings sleeping. Oscar Olvera, the hitter. That's a pass ball, and now that creates an opportunity for the Vikings. Runner Alex Moreno now on second base. Runner is in scoring position. And number 3 hitter for the Vikings currently batting. Can the Vikings cut into the Eagles' lead with a run here in the bottom of the 5th? Oh, and that hits Olvera right in the back. So we've had, that may be the 6th hit by pitch in the game combined. Vikings pitcher Marco Aguilar started the game with 2 hits batsmen. And that may be the 3rd hit by pitch for pitcher Christian Ortega. So that brings up to bat senior first baseman Jaime Acosta. Ball misses. In there for strike 1. Opportunity here for senior Acosta to help his team out. Ball is weakly hit back to the pitcher, and that retires the side. At the conclusion of the 5th inning, the score remains the same in favor of the visiting Eagles, 6-2. The Vikings are running out of outs. They only now have 6 outs to work with if they want to try to steal this crucial Mission Valley League contest. And Marco Aguilar showing his durability, his endurance, as he is set to begin the top of the 6th inning, still on the mound. All right, baseball fans, this game is approaching the latter innings. We are now in the top of the 6th, and leading off for the Eagles, Jacob Morales. That's in there for a strike. That ball misses low in the dirt. 1-1 is the count. Swing and a miss. Hitter Jacob Morales finds himself down in the count, 1-2. Ball misses in the dirt. Aguilar could afford to do so on that pitch. Swing and fouled back. Jacob Morales hanging tough. Curveball, just missed. So now the count is 3-2. We expect action on this pitch here. Just missed. And Jacob draws a walk. It's a good eye there on the hitter's part. Pitch was near the strike zone. Batting for the Eagles, sophomore pitcher Christian Ortega. Bunt attempt. That's fouled back. Another bunt attempt, it's foul. Looks like the runner had that base stolen, so that's a break for the Vikings. So that's 2 foul balls, which equates to 2 strikes. Another bunt attempt here that goes foul would result in an automatic out. Another pick attempt at first. Marco attempting to let the runner know that he's well aware of his intentions. It's a bunt attempt there, but this one is fair. And the bunt is successful, but the Vikings do get an out on that sequence. But that brings up to bat for the South El Monte Eagles, the leadoff hitter, number 10, D'Angelo Huerta. Oh, that ball hits hitter D'Angelo Huerta, but he shook it off with enthusiasm. That brings up to hit for the Eagles, number 7, Armando Huizar. That ball is hit to left field. Mireles is there. And the Vikings record the second out of the inning. So with the Vikings down 6-2, it's quite imperative any further runs added to the Eagles' lead. That's number 16, hitter Ruben Reyes. Batting for the Eagles. That ball is fielded by the shortstop. Nice play. Line drive hit up the middle. Nicely fielded by shortstop Oscar Olvera. That retires the top of the 6th inning for the Eagles. So the Vikings have 6 outs to work with. Can they find a way to score some more runs to cut into this 4-run lead, or possibly take the lead? Baseball is quite a volatile sport. It could turn in an instant. At 6-2, it is a comfortable lead for the Eagles, but it's not an insurmountable deficit. Insurmountable deficit, that is, for the Vikings. We got shortstop Olvera warming up here in the bullpen. Very likely set to pitch the top of the 7th. For the Vikings. Hopefully his teammates can find a way to score some runs in the meantime. And also pitcher number 9, Christian Huerta, who started, is still in the ballgame, having a nice outing on this April 19th Mission Valley League contest with neighboring schools, South El Monte and Mountain View High School. Batting for the Vikings is number 23 left fielder Ian Mireles. Can he find a way to get on base? That's really his job. Any way he can to get on base to start a little rally here for the Vikings. That ball is swung and fouled back. Curveball just missed a little high. Ortega has been throwing that curveball all day long with confidence. That ball is hit to the right fielder. And that ball is caught Mireles is retired. Likely the final at-bat of this game for Mireles. There's that curveball for a strike on the first pitch. Vikings hitters are off balance all day long. That's Junior Diego Gonzalez, the hitter. There's that curveball again. This time it misses. Heavy dose of curveballs Vikings have been facing all day long. That's fastball misses high. So the 2-1 is the count for Diego Gonzalez. That's nicely placed at the knees. In there for strike 2. So now Diego finds himself on the defensive at the plate. There's that curveball, a swing and a miss for strike 3. Brings up to bat sophomore sensation for the Vikings, number 8, Paul Martinez Jr., who had a nice outing on Monday in a victory versus the Rosemead Panthers. Starts off aggressively there. Swing and a foul back. There's that curve, but that one misses. Fastball. Paul Martinez Jr. is late on that. Low. There's that curveball in there for strike 3. And the side is retired, unbeknownst to pitcher Christian Ortega, who apparently thought it was second out. But the side is retired. And it's the last chance for the Vikings are down to their final 3 outs when they resume on offense and find themselves down 6-2. Still trying to recover from that really unfortunate second inning. The Eagles scored 5 runs in the top of the second inning. Put up a real crooked number, and that kind of deflated the Vikings' morale. However, they were able to add 2 runs and a little bit later in the contest. So although shortstop Oscar Olvera was warming up in the bullpen between innings, Marco is still in the ball game. So as I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, showing quite the endurance. Coach Lopez making a few defensive changes. All right, here we go. Final inning. That's number 5, Ryan Leon, who had a bases clearing triple in the second inning. Ball just misses outside. Swing and foul. Timing is off on that pitch. No doubt Marco would like to throw a complete game, whether in a loss or defeat. That ball is line drive hit to right field. It's a foul ball, but it's a great swing on that pitch by sophomore Ryan Leon. However, Marco does find himself ahead in the count and is 1 strike away from retiring hitter Ryan Leon. Curveball misses high. The mechanics were off a little bit, needed to follow through, bend his back. That's why that ball missed high. Swing and foul ball. Watch yourselves there, student athletes. There's another battle going on between pitcher and hitter. Curveball misses. So now the count is full. No doubt Ryan wants to swing and get a hit. In there! Caught the inside corner for strike 3. Marco threw that fastball with some fury. That brings up to bat for the Eagles number 2, Anthony Romero. That ball misses low. 1-0 is the count. That's a bunt attempt with great play by Marco on. Oh, the runner is safe. Nice bunt there. Bunt for a hit, I may add. Marco fielded it, but just a hair too late. Which brings up to bat the right fielder, number 12, Xavier Cordova. So we got 1 out in the inning. So Marco battling to finish his 7-inning outing. Runners going. Throw to second is into center field. Backed up by Linares, the center fielder. So now the Eagles have a runner in scoring position. The Vikings cannot afford to allow any further runs. Already find themselves down 6-2. Swing and a miss. Cordova late on that swing. He has been hitting the ball well today. 2 base knocks earlier in the game. Ball's hit to the left fielder. Ian Mireles appears to be under it. And it's caught for out number 2. So Marco Aguilar 1 out away from completing 7 innings of duty on the mound. As we mentioned earlier, we'd like to thank those of you currently tuned in. We'd like to thank the Vista Academy under the direction of Teacher of the Year, the great John Mann and his brilliant Vista crew. That ball's hit to the third baseman. Nice trap there by freshman sensation. And the out is retired. What a play by freshman sensation, Alex Moreno. Galvanized the fans here behind the scenes. Athletic trainer Francis is impressed with that display of defense. I'm sure the baseball fan appreciates a good defensive play. If that ball gets through, that's another run for the Eagles, and it extends the inning. However, thanks to the fancy glove work of Alex Moreno, the Eagles' 7th inning is retired. And now, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The Eagles are Mission Valley League contest. But in baseball, it's not a matter of time, ladies and gentlemen. It's a matter of outs. And the Vikings have 3 outs to work with center fielder Linares at bat. That first pitch is fouled back. Watch yourselves, fans. Curveball in there for strike 2. And South El Monte head coach Michael Gonzalez is leaving his sophomore superstar Christian Ortega in the game. In there for strike 3. And now the Vikings are down to their last 2 outs. Can they get a base runner on with second baseman Juan Oliva batting? That ball is up and in, fastball. Ortega has been throwing curveballs on second pitch sequence. Will he throw one here? He does. So he's been very consistent in his pitch offerings. Starts off the hitters with a fastball, then follows up with a curve, or vice versa. That ball's in the dirt. Ortega 2 outs away from throwing a complete game victory. Those are the toughest outs in baseball. Those last few to secure a victory. That ball is hit line drive into left field. So the Vikings are not done yet. And that ball was hit quite well. It's aggressive swing there for second baseman Juan Oliva. That brings up Vikings ace hurler number 10, Marco El Buquis Aguilar. Oliva was picked off in his earlier at bat, so he might want to be a little careful there at first, especially. Oh, well, they called the balk. However, with a 4-run lead, the Eagles are not at all concerned with the runner on second. Their focus is the hitter. It is more crucial for the Eagles to collect this second out than it is to prevent the base runner. That is with a 4-run lead. But the Vikings are threatening here to add another run. And that is a line drive to second baseman. And the Eagles accomplish their goal and retire leadoff hitter Marco Aguilar. So, last chance for the Vikings. That flatlining is starting. Coach calls a timeout. Likely to let his pitcher know that he is in a good position here to not give up any free bases. That's the wizard at third base, Alex Moreno, scheduled to bat. Little freshman Alex Moreno has a lot of heart. Plays the game with humility, yet with confidence, a rare confidence at the freshman level. In a couple weeks prior, in a victory over the Gabrielino Eagles, Moreno was asked to bunt with runners in first and second with the game tied. He moved over the runners. Ian Mireles got a ground ball, a game-winning RBI, thanks to Moreno moving the base runners. This time, Ortega finds the strike zone. 0-1 is the count. Just misses. Curveball, as I said, as predicted. He likes to start off the hitters with a fastball and follows it up with a curve. Swing and a miss. So now the Vikings are down to their last strike. Ortega can feel it on the mound. Shakes off the catcher. Fastball. Little up and wild, but Ortega a little overzealous on that offering. But he most definitely knows he is one strike away from collecting another victory in his young career. And the pitch. Curveball in the dirt. Moreno hangs tough. Will not go away, ladies and gentlemen. Doesn't appear to chase bad pitches, so Ortega will have to throw a strike. That ball is sliced into right field. And it's safe at first. Nice attempt by the right fielder. But Moreno comes through with a line drive hit to right field. And the Vikings are alive. They are not done yet. They have been resuscitated. And now the score is 6-3 with shortstop sensation Oscar Olvera at the plate. Curveball, and Oscar is fooled. Did not appear to have a hitting plan at the plate. And now he finds himself down 0-1. But the Vikings are not done yet. This time Olvera is not fooled on that curveball, but appears to be determined to put a little bit of pressure on the Eagles' defense. They're still in a good position here, up by 3, and that ball is up high. And now the count is 2-1. So we find ourselves here, bottom of the 7th inning. Vikings down to their last out. Putting up a fight here in the 7th inning. Ooh, that is in there. Olvera doesn't like it, but it's a strike called nonetheless. So once again, the Vikings find themselves down to their last strike. Ortega could feel it. Swing and a miss for strike 3, out number 3. And as they say, ladies and gentlemen, that's the ball game. We'd like to thank you for tuning in. We appreciate your viewership. If you're out there, ladies and gentlemen, this is Aaron Sepulveda sending you much love from the land of the view. Special thanks to our Vista Academy and all those here in attendance. It was a nice ball game. Not in favor for the Vikings, but nonetheless, they live to fight another day. This is Aaron Sepulveda, Student Affairs Director, signing off.